Hey, welcome to the First Issue Club. We're your weekly comic book podcast where, just like Sue Storm, we love a good read. I'm Mike.
I'm Greg.
And I'm Vargas.
We're onboarding you slowly so you get used to us and who we are. We don't want to lose anybody. Keep your bearings about you.
I know it's a new year. People aren't acclimated to the new system yet. It's okay.
That's right. We're going to hold your hand through some comic book news and a handful of first issues.
How long into a new job until you guys like lock in, right? Like, is there like a stretch of time in your mind where you're just like, I could still fuck around? I got a month worth of just like dorking around before I really lock in.
I feel like I don't know what I'm doing at a new job for a year and a half. And if you think you fully understand what's going on before that, I don't know that you're telling the truth. Like with you, and maybe it's because I've worked for a couple massive companies now that my thought process is just different on this than some people.
So you're saying you still don't know where the bathroom is 6 months in? You know, you're still asking for directions, just where's Sue's office again? And they're like,
yeah,
you got to go down to the complex and hang a left.
Who's my boss?
Yeah. Which one's HR?
What the real key is to just find a level of work that you're comfortable with and do that for 6 months, because that sets the expectation.
Clever tone setter.
Look at that.
It's not about locking in. It's about figuring out what you can get away with.
I've taken 4 staplers home and no one has said nothing yet.
Well, no, it's more like, okay, it took me 3 weeks to finish this project. I easily could have done it in a week and a half, but now you have 3 weeks to do every project.
Okay. So you're all about setting the bar low, knowing.
It's not about setting it low. It's about setting it at your comfort level.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I guess. I guess I missed that chapter of Steve Jobs' book.
Well, because think about it. If you start a new job and you're busting your ass every day, then the expectation is that you're going to be busting your ass every day. Yeah. And no one can be ass busting 365 days a year, you know?
Okay, so you did read Steve Jobs' book.
Well, that was the title.
No one can be ass busting. Well, worry not, listeners. We're not dialing it in here. As much as it sounds and seems like it. We're doing our best to make okay content. And
passable content.
That passable content would not be made without the kind people at Boulevard Brewing Company who bring you the Space Camper Cosmic IPA, an entire family of beers that has so many good varietals and brings you amazing hops. Vargas is enjoying a chill break right now, which is a lower ABV kind of session IPA in the family. So whether you want a little bit of a buzz, a full-on buzz, or even a 0 ABV drink, Space Camper has you covered. So many different great hoppy drinks for you to try. Greg?
Yum, yum, give me some down to my tum-tum. Space Camper IPA. It's not a beer, it's a journey. Please drink responsibly.
All right, we did the damn thing.
You know what I saw today? Not to
bird.
Get off track. No.
A plane.
A Superman.
Hey.
Do you guys know Boulevard makes Cranberry Take 7?
I did see that.
Oh, I hadn't seen that.
Yeah. I hadn't
Take 7 is their farmhouse beer. One of the more popular ones.
It's like 10%, 11%.
Oof.
But they make a cranberry one. And I was intrigued by it.
Okay.
Anyway, we don't have to talk about it, but I felt it was worth mentioning.
Unless that cranberry's from space, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, I'm a space camper, man.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm a space camper through and through. All right, I'm a company man. As far as I'm concerned, Boulevard only makes Space Camper.
And for a farmhouse style beer, I mean, when I think of space, I think of Space versus Farms.
Sure.
The true
the age-old
antithesis
battle.
Love that video game.
of outer space is farm country.
Well, think about it. Whenever aliens invade, what are they always abducting? Cows.
Yep.
Farmers. And they make crop circles from farms.
Yeah, right. They love flattening crops.
Holy shit. Is this a real rivalry that we just discovered?
Aliens up in space, just like fucking
Fuck these
farms.
farmers.
Space rules, farm drools.
Breadbasket of America. Fuck you.
They're creating all the tornadoes.
Yeah.
That's the reason we're in Tornado Alley.
Hell, that's why we're always chasing them. We want evidence.
Guys, I got bad news.
Show's over.
Sal Buscema has passed away
Oh, I wish I
R.I.P.
hadn't made a joke.
days before turning 90. This guy, you got to say, these comic book guys have real staying power.
Mm-hmm.
How many of these dudes were born before the Hindenburg crashed and are like still around? Like it's like
Sal Buscema is the Hindenburg baby.
Hindenburg, baby.
Hindenburg, baby.
Yes, that famous pilot, Hindenburg.
No, different guy. The Hindenburg baby was driving at the time that it ran into the tower.
That's right.
Oh,
Yes.
the
doing a
baby crashed the blimp,
publicity stunt.
and blimps were forever ruined.
Thanks to Sal Buscema.
We'll miss you, Sal. What a legacy. You think of him mostly as a Marvel guy, but in the 90s, he worked on Batman and Superman, but spent 10 years on Incredible Hulk and 8 years on Spectacular Spider-Man, which is like,
That's
who
insane.
gets anywhere close to a run like that, like once in their life, let alone twice in their life. So, a magnificent creator that really left an imprint on both of the big two publishers, especially Marvel, and a true legend. So cheers. We raise our glasses to you, Sal. We'll see you in a better world and a better life on the other side.
Sal Buscema was indeed born before the Hindenburg disaster. That's insane.
Confirmed. So if you're trying to Snopes us on that, we've already done the legwork for you.
Yeah, okay. I guess
That's
What are these
great.
viral lies going around that
AI has done it again.
that Sal is younger than the Hindenburg crash? Hit us with the sex criminals news, Greg.
Breaking news. Chip Zdarsky and Matt Fraction's Sex Criminals from Image Comics will be making its way to your TV screen, courtesy of Kumail Nanjiani, Emily V. Gordon, and Xie Chun. How do you say T-Z-E?
Z?
Zay Chun. I always get that messed up, and I'm so sorry. And anyway, in any case, they're making a TV show.
Yay.
Very exciting.
The end goal. What is this, a TV show podcast? Might as well be.
Shoot.
All these things get turned into TV.
I'm really excited for it. It seems like a great show to be made, or a great comic to be made into a show. It's just basically people committing crimes whilst having sex.
It's after they have sex.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to give the whole thing away.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Spoiler
I
alert.
can't believe that this got picked up by Prime.
Why?
When I think of a lot of the Prime streaming shows, I don't think like dirty stuff.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Do
The
you?
Boys?
Have you seen Reacher?
Have you
yeah.
seen Reacher?
Well, Jack Ryan, like they do a lot of that stuff.
I guess so, but it's not like those things aren't like hypersexual, are they?
Have you
Again.
seen The Boys?
The Boy?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, yeah.
Is there a lot of nudity in The Boys?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, that kind of surprises me.
They did an entire episode called Herogasm.
Oh, okay. Knowing what I know about Bezos, I just would have figured that
He's prudish?
the Prime offering was a bit more conservative, but
I don't
maybe
think
not.
so.
I'm wrong. It's on the dirtiest, stankiest platform of all time, and I'm so excited.
The
It's gonna
filthiest
be
streaming service.
nasty, folks. Get nasty on Prime with sex criminals. I loved this comic, so I'm stoked.
Yeah, I mean, what a time to be a 2010 to 2015 fan of Image comic books. You got this. You have Sex Criminals. Paper Girls was a TV show. The Revival
That was
a TV show. Resident Alien.
Paper Girls was also Prime.
Yes.
Was it? Yeah. Okay.
I think people gave Prime a little bit of guff for that one for not putting enough money into it.
I do remember that being one of the talking points on the news channels.
They had spent so much money on the Lord of the Rings thing that they were doing that, like,
So true.
and then they were just like,
that anymore.
I don't know, but
They are.
It
Okay.
seemed like after that happened, like 90% of their other shows were just like spaghetti on the wall things, where they were just like, let's
love
make
that
a million cheap things and see what sticks, and whatever doesn't, we'll throw away. And Paper Girls, unfortunately, was like a sacrifice to that system.
Yeah.
Plot wise, I thought it was fun, but like it did have some moments in it where you're just like, oof. Sometimes it's hard to take a show seriously when like
It looks like that.
the levity of it like isn't quite matched with like modern day visual expectations.
Paper Girls was only 8 episodes and it came out in 2022.
Wow.
That feels like it came out
a different time.
150 years ago.
It does feel
Before
like
the
a long time
Hindenburg
ago.
disaster.
Yeah.
Maybe Paper Girls was the Hindenburg baby.
Too bad we can't ask Sal about it anymore.
Oh man.
Hindenburg baby. I'm still not confident how self-aware you were when you made that joke.
And we'll never know. We'll never know. I gotta laugh. That's all I care about.
All right. Anything else on that before we move to another
No.
news topic?
As of this time, there's been no castings or anything else. Just that it's being adapted by these folks.
Kunal is
Oh.
confirmed to have an acting role of some variety, as well as producing.
Oh, Kamal, really?
Okay, cool. He might star in it then.
I'd be fine with that.
So if you don't know, Emily V. Gordon is Kumail Nanjiani's wife,
Yes.
and they wrote that movie together about like their story of how they met, and then she got really sick. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
I think it's called the Big Sick.
The Big
Sick.
It's got Ray Romano.
Yeah, that was a great movie. I really enjoyed
A
that.
phenomenal movie.
Super sad.
But has a good ending.
It does, but you know,
Everything turns out okay.
I keep thinking about the Kumail joke he makes in that movie where Emily's parents are like grilling him about who he is because they're just kind of like sprung into this relationship. They don't really know who he is. And Ray Romano goes, what are your thoughts on 9/11? And Kumail goes, well, I mean, obviously it was a national tragedy. We lost 8 good men that day. Talking about the terrorist who flew the plane into the building. So I just thought that was such a great fucking joke.
that's really funny.
Just asking any brown person
Yeah.
like they're in cahoots.
Yeah, exactly. So do you know Osama?
Terrible. I wonder if that actually happened. That seems like such a
Oh God.
specific
Yeah.
pull. I'm sure he didn't say that in the if he was actually asked that by her parents, but
It's a good bit though.
good God.
Fine bit.
Okay. My next news hit. There's a guy in Iowa City who got arrested for stealing a stack of 7 slabs from a comic shop. Did you guys see anything
No.
about this?
No.
There's like video of him grabbing a set of slabs and walking out.
Do we know what
And then
the
the cop-
slabs are?
The comic shop was
Okay.
as I
They're all
put
battle
my,
beast number 1.
put my finger up and wait. So the guy at the shop like starts a campaign and is like, this was $2,100 worth of comic books. And you know, small local store. You want to support stores like that. So a lot of people in the community were looking out for this guy, and they had video of him. They found him and arrested him. So he's getting charged with this theft. The 7 slabs were all Lady Death comics. So my advice to this guy is that if you're being charged with having stolen $2,100 worth of comic books, there's a good chance you could argue that down a little bit, I think.
Oh, for sure.
I think this comic shop might have overvalued its slabs a touch.
That's $300 a piece.
For graded Lady Death comics. I don't care if they're graded 9.9. They're not, they don't accumulate to $2,100 worth of comic books. Give me a break.
Bullish market. It's a waiting game for those.
Someone was trying to pull a fast one on the insurance value of these things, I think.
Well, when Sydney Sweeney becomes Lady Death in 2027.
Hey, hold on now.
So, buddy, if you can't get a good lawyer, just look at the fair market value of these comic books and try to get away with some smaller petty theft, because you probably stole like $300 worth of comics, if I'm guessing.
Yeah. You'll get community service.
I saw that number of 2,100 and I was like, get the fuck out of here. For Lady Death comics?
Not in this or any other multiverse.
Not even double-digit number of Lady Death comics?
Oh, man.
Oi, oi, oi.
Too funny.
Okay, so speaking of Amazon putting more money into making comic book shows, they might not be putting comic books proper in our eyeballs much longer.
Yeah,
there were massive layoffs at Amazon. They let go of around 16,000 people.
Wow.
Which is bonkers. You just think about that many people at once trying to find new jobs. It's like very sad. But people are hearing that almost the entire Comixology staff was let go. So at a minimum, Comixology is like not going to ever get any better or like have improvements that keep it modern or competing with other platforms, right? Like they've already gotten rid of the app and have like moved those books to the Kindle app. But who knows what'll happen with it moving forward. Maybe there's a certain level of it that stays like on autopilot for a while, but it may be time, if you are still on Comixology. I know a lot of us have moved to other digital platforms at this point, like Neon Ichiban, or even like the Apple has a digital reader and it sells like a lot of comics, even like independent comics are on there now. But you might want to move away from Comixology, not put any more
you say that because
bread
a
in
new
that.
one just dropped from the creators of Omnibus. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, I do remember Omnibus. They're not out of the game yet, huh?
They're starting a new one called Sweet Shop. It's on
the
app just dropped. They got a waiting list for new people, so they're in their beta. So late to 2026, early 2027 is what I'm hearing from my exclusive sources. That is when they're going to really kick in to high gear.
Okay, cool. Well, we met them once, right? And
they were on the show. I interviewed them.
They were on the show and really liked those guys. So
yeah, they're awesome.
Go to Sweet Shop, I guess, and sign up. Show those guys some love.
Yeah. My exclusive source is Chris Hacker from the Oblivion Park podcast.
All right, that's cool. Glad to hear it.
I did want to highlight one thing, and I know it's kind of tough with everything that's been going on in Minneapolis and all that, but there was this really kind of empowering story that happened with when the Trump's secret police basically killed and executed a man on the street. A man named Greg Ketter drove 30 minutes from his house to literally scream and shout at ICE agents. And turns out that he owns a comic book shop called Dreamhaven Books and Comics in Minneapolis.
Mm.
And he went viral for just like emerging from tear gas and just like screaming from like the top of his lungs at ICE agents about how, they should be ashamed of themselves and how just gigantic pieces of shit they are for being complicit in murder.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about that dude because I think he rules.
Right on. Well,
Super
support that
badass.
shop. Yeah. And I'd say it's really cool to see how much the comic book and creative community are, I guess, mobilizing, whether it be like online or and creating to like get voices heard, or like like making things that are have the money for them going towards supporting families in Minneapolis and all these displaced people. It's just where comic books are, and comic book people are fucking rad. And I've always said one of my favorite thing about the hobby is the people, and how so much awesome creativity has been historically born out of like terrible things happening and people wanting to express themselves and speak up against it. And this art form has always been a way to get your voices out there for the people who don't have the, money and funds or a platform to create on like a larger level. Like anyone can make a comic book, anyone can draw a cartoon strip and get it online and communicate something with like a feeling and energy that maybe has a deeper impact than, a tweet might. So power to those people who are creating.
Mhm.
There's all the time, there's like in other countries, there are people who use this as a point of expression and they get put in prison for it. And there's an organization called the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund, which is another place I love to support, that pays the lawyers to help back these people who get locked up overseas for speaking out against violence and fascism and all this stuff. So a lot of rad comic book people to support, and ways to support your community in Minneapolis by supporting these other people in by proxy. I bought you guys a cover, a Daniel Warren Johnson cover from this wrestler.
Did you really?
What?
Yes. I don't know. Have you guys seen those before?
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
totally know what you're talking about.
So there's a wrestler who writes comic books, and he wanted to do something to support Minneapolis, and so he's donating all the money from these Daniel Warren Johnson covers that he got him to do, of like him
That's
wearing an Abolish ICE
incredible.
t-shirt. So for like a donation, you could get a copy of the comic book. So I donated enough to get 3 comics, so I could give
thanks,
you guys
man.
you guys a
Crazy.
copy.
I love that.
So
I love comic books and fuck ice.
Hey. Any other news? I know we were going to talk a little bit about Wonder Man.
Ooh, yeah.
So before that, Marvel, well, I guess in conjunction with it, Marvel released a trailer for Daredevil
Oh.
Born Again Season 2. Did we all watch that?
Yes.
I don't think I did. How new is that?
It came out the
Yeah.
same day as Wonder Man.
Remember, because Daredevil, it says "are evil."
Oh, yes, I did watch that. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Which
you made
this-
that in the Discord.
I can't believe this never occurred to me before. That if you
Same.
take the D's out of Daredevil, it says "are evil." And maybe that hasn't occurred to me before because "are evil" isn't a sentence. Like, it doesn't quite make sense.
correct.
Well, it's if you're Yoda.
But it seems like they were trying to do something with that.
Well,
It seems like they made a point of fading the D's out to say "are evil."
Yeah, it's Wilson Fisk's Secret Police. I'm assuming that's in reference to.
Well, they
Yeah.
they also blacked out the whole the word Daredevil to make it look like his black costume, which is debuting in season 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so the trailer looks really good.
I'm so pumped. Just another little thing on that. I realized how much I missed Kristen Ritter's Jessica Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
She was so good in that role. And seeing her in that trailer, I got so pumped. And I was just like, man, it's a bummer we didn't get more seasons of that show. I just love Alias so much.
Right.
And I felt like she just did such a good job of like embodying Jessica. So I'm pumped to see her show up again.
There is zero doubt in my mind that if this kicks off and people love seeing her again, she will get an Alias another season in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
It has to be maybe one of the more simpler superhero shows to make.
Totally, right? We think about how expensive all the Marvel stuff is, that like a person on the ground who is mostly just like a PI.
Yeah.
Like that, to me, that seems like a no-brainer to be like, yeah, there's a kick-ass private investigator who is also like dealing with a little bit of superhero stuff every now and then. But that's also my same thing I said about She-Hulk, right? Obviously, She-Hulk takes a lot of CGI because she's She-Hulk, but like the lawyer procedural piece of it being like a superhero Law and Order seemed like a no-brainer recipe for success. And then that's never going to get a second season. But I don't know, but they didn't run it like a procedural, right? Like I wonder if that show would have been more successful if it was like Jen Walters, here's the case of the week.
Lawyer show.
Yeah, lawyer show. They made the whole deal about doing lawyer show and then maybe like didn't fully deliver on the lawyer show premise.
Yeah.
But I love Tatiana Maslany and I love She-Hulk, and I thought it was a fun show. I thought people were a little too hard on it because of the CGI, and
I loved it too.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. All right, I'm a million miles away from where you started from, Vargas. Sorry, I'm too caffeinated.
Okay, yeah. So we got a trailer for Daredevil that preceded Wonder Man, and I cannot speak highly enough about this show. It was so good.
How many episodes?
8. And it's branded as Marvel Spotlight, so same as Echo, where it's just sort of a self-contained, not really connected to anything, one-off show.
Yeah.
Do more of those.
Was the debut 2 episodes? Did I hear that right?
No, it's all up. All 8 episodes.
Oh, all 8 episodes are up. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, and this show is I mean it's a like almost like a buddy like road trip movie, but it just takes place in LA. It's Simon who is played by, I'm going to say his name wrong, but Yahya Abdul Mateen II, the same guy who played I guess, spoiler alert, Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, yeah.
He plays Simon Williams, who is an actor with a big secret, and Ben Kingsley comes back as Trevor Slattery, the guy who was pretending to be the Mandarin and then showed back up in Shang-Chi. And they sort of team up to inspire each other to land roles in an in-universe remake of the Wonder Man movie. And the show really is about like it's about male friendships, and being open, like showing, people your true your true colors. It's also about, outsiders kind of finding each other and finding comfort and solace with other outsiders. It's about, opening yourself up to living life and just sort of being a more like genuine to yourself person. It's a pretty honest show.
Andy, I gotta say, for a Marvel thing, doesn't sound like there's a lot of punching.
There's no punching. I mean, like literally no punching.
Well, time to review bomb this show.
But it's I mean, it was so good. It felt like
the headlines I've seen have been so positive.
Yeah. It felt like the best version of like a Pryor and Wilder movie, or like those classic like buddy team up guys from the 80s or the 70s. Mm-hmm. It felt like that.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Like Marvel stuff kind of had, even though we say that it's like Marvel really tries to like not be relegated to a single genre, like they do their like serious movies and their goofy movies and all this other stuff, but they all kind of have a bit of a tone to them.
Yeah.
This movie, I'm seeing so much like this might be like the best thing from the MCU, like in recent memory. Does it still have the Marvel tone, or is that kind of like gone from this and that's what's like fresh about it?
I mean,
you just said no punching.
I would say it has that tone, but it's like it's not trying to fit the tone. Like it is a humorous show, but it's not humorous in the same like, oh, look at Star-Lord being weird and goofy.
Yeah.
It's more like it's humorous because these two guys found themselves in a situation, or they're trying to be funny at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very natural. It feels very much like you are just following these guys through this experience they have together, as opposed to like this is a very performative like movie type movie.
Yeah. Is it almost, could you call it a love letter to Hollywood?
No, I honestly, no, it's not that at all. Like it I know you're kind of goofing, but like
yeah,
it is
Mike, come on.
So well, here's what I'll say. People, TV shows and movies that are about Hollywood always get rave reviews, and it's because it speaks to the people who are in the industry who are writing the reviews.
Yeah.
And I always like La La Land, people were like gaga over. But it's like
gaga for La La.
If I don't live in LA, I don't give a shit about La La Land. Like there's a lot of Hollywood like ain't the business like the greatest business in the world sort of things where like they're handing them all these awards and you're like, to us in middle America, we're not like so in love and romanced by LA that like those things don't hit the same way to us. Like I did like that is it Seth Rogen has that show on Apple TV?
Yes.
Like I did like that show a lot, but was it a show that I thought would like win a bunch of awards at the Golden Globes? Like, no, not at all. But because it's a like we love Hollywood thing, it does.
The what makes Wonder Man work is like it's a show about an actor doing acting, trying to make a movie and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But it's not so I mean, and it is in the weeds because like the first 3 episodes or whatever are like him going to the audition and then getting the call back. So it's like it's kind of in the weeds in the process, but at the same time, the emotional drama isn't from like, oh, this movie is the thing that's gonna whatever. It's Simon's emotional connection to what the movie means.
Uh-huh.
Like it's he wants to be an actor because that's his passion, and he wants to be in this movie because he has an emotional connection to the source material and what that represents for him in his past, right?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like glamorizing Hollywood for the sake of glamorizing Hollywood. It's using it as a device to I mean, you could make it like basically the same movie about a farmer.
Yeah.
Only nobody's going to make a movie about a farmer because farmers don't make movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you make a movie like this or a show like this about an actor because actors are the people that are making them. It just makes sense for them more, right?
Yeah.
But
well, it is interesting to have them. It seems like they're really taking swings over there at Marvel, and I don't think they get enough credit for the weird stuff they do.
Yeah.
Like we talk about them collectively as like Marvel dials it in, everything seems the same, but it's like here we are putting like one of the most obscure characters in a movie, and we're making it like an abstract version, right, of this obscure character. It's not even like the character as traditionally seen in the comic books, to my knowledge anyway. I haven't seen the show yet.
Yeah.
But that's my interpretation of it. And stuff like Werewolf by Night and doing a Riri Williams TV show. Like all of those things are just like crazy swings for all the stuff they could be doing. Would it be more profitable? Would you have more people behind just like doing another like Spider-Man show or like something spun out of Spider-Man? Like anything related to Spider-Man is going to make you more money.
Yeah.
but they're doing the like weird, interesting stuff. And whether you like it or not is, up to you. And I don't want to begrudge anybody who like didn't like Ironheart or doesn't like Wonder Man, but I think you got to at least give it up to the whole team or crew there just for like doing something interesting.
Yeah. And again, this I think this is the best stuff that Marvel's put out in a very, very, very long time. And I think if they had made this a movie, turned it into a 3-hour movie, cut, 5 episodes or whatever, 4 episodes worth of material, I don't know that it would be better, but it would be winning awards, like for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's really good. It's really, really good.
Okay. I have my MC. So have you watched the whole series at this point, Vargas?
Yeah, I finished it last night because I wanted to make sure I could talk about it.
All right. I'm going to give you, I have my MCU ranking pulled up.
Okay.
And I don't know that, I think my MCU ranking's probably fairly close to what yours might be.
Okay.
So I'm going to go from top down. And will you tell me when you're like,
say when?
I think when. Yeah, I think this is where I'd slot it in.
Okay.
All right. Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
Avengers Infinity War. Thor Ragnarok.
It's better than Ragnarok for sure.
It's better than Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Wow. So if it were my list, it would be a top 3 MCU thing then. I don't know. Like, again, you might have Winter Soldier or Civil War above it on your list.
Yeah.
But I think it would still end up probably being top 5 then.
For sure. It's that good.
Wow.
The best Marvel TV show.
Yeah, for sure. Like head and shoulders the best.
Knees and toes?
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's better than any of the Netflix stuff easily.
Yeah.
Um,
My ranking on the shows was Loki first, then WandaVision, then Hawkeye.
all very good. Wonder Man is better than all of those.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. I think then She-Hulk, then the Captain America Falcon Winter Soldier thing,
Mhm.
That show was so good.
then Ironheart, then I liked the Kamala Khan, the Miss Marvel show,
Mhm.
but it did seem like it was a little more for teenagers. I don't know that I was the demographic for that one.
You got to make
But I did
something for them too.
but I did like it. I thought it was good. All right.
I can't wait for you guys to watch it because, well, I mean, I said Shin Godzilla's my favorite movie, and you guys gave that like 3 out of 5 stars. So I guess we'll see.
Okay. First of all, I gave it 3.5.
Oh, okay.
You gave it 3.5. And I watched the dub, which I like. I went in and I'd given it 2 stars on Letterboxd, and I went in and wrote a review to go with like it. And my review was very explicitly like, I watched the dub. I've been informed that was a poor decision. It is hard to take a movie seriously when the tone of voice acting is so silly that you impart that silliness onto the movie. When I have conversations about Shin Godzilla, I enjoy the conversations more than I enjoyed the movie. But the fact that I enjoy the conversation should tell me something about the movie, right? That I like talking about it. So
Yeah.
it must be good, right? So I'm going to take a break from it for a little while, but I am going to watch the sub at some point and see what I think. So
Well,
I will be giving it another shot and reevaluating.
There will be a redemption for Shin Godzilla.
I would recommend the dub of Wonder Man. So
Oh, okay, great.
It's Bobcat Goldthwait.
no, it's just Japanese.
Okay.
All right. Are we on to comic books now that we've talked about
Comics
everything
tonight.
else?
Comics tonight. You did the breadth of the work for us, Andy. I only read, well, I kind of read 2 comics. I mostly read one.
I really wasn't into the second one.
So I read Spirit of the Shadows #1, which is a book on Oni, I think.
Oh, I'm so glad you picked this up because I was waffling on that one.
Yeah, so this was the guy who did that Pink Lemonade book.
Okay, yeah.
It is beautiful. It is like so colorful and zany and like kind of fits that like indie punk rock ethos that I really gravitate towards in independent comic books. I liked it. It's not for everybody. It does kind of read like a quirky zine or something, which might be tough for like newer readers who aren't as exposed so much to different types of comics. But just to give you the premise really quickly, we follow a guy who has died and he's like entered a spirit realm. He doesn't remember anything about who he was except for that he was in love with this one woman and he wants to get back to her. He's given a book by someone in the spirit realm that is like, you're going to read this book. It's going to tell you about your life, and then you'll be judged. So part of me, this is like an interesting concept in this, I think, that like you're kind of coming in as a blank slate and reading a story about somebody. And then you as a blank slate are going to be like, man, I was a shitty guy. Or like, oh, that seemed like a pretty good dude. So there's like a little bit of like your self-evaluation determines potentially whether you get to like move on past this kind of purgatory zone, or if you stay in this weird like spiritual in between. But in reading his book, he learns that he's responsible for a death of a woman that is also in the spirit realm with him. And he doesn't know like what to do about that until he like learns more about like why he's killed her. Is she bad? Is he bad? Like he doesn't know. But that woman's sister is in the world of the living, and she is a witch. So she's going to try to manipulate the spirit world and like seek retribution to get at him.
Fun.
So really fun conceptually, I think. Just like, again, absolutely. I mean, Google the cover if you want to see what the art style is. But if you like it, I mean, and if you liked the art style of Pink Lemonade, you're gonna love this. I mean, it's so vivid and bright, and again, like punk rock. Like I loved the aesthetic of it so much. So big fan of Spirit of the Shadows #1 on Oni. Pick that one up, folks.
I'm gonna have to go back and get that.
I think you will. I bet you would like it. The style of the character too is very cool and kind of iconic looking. I also read an Infinity comic.
Oh, okay. Love that.
I read Doorman #1, which came out today.
All right.
And
is this a Marvel book?
It is Marvel.
So that's okay. Doorman is a character in Wonder Man.
I kind of suspected that.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like maybe just for the sake of having a tie-in.
Yeah.
And herein lies.
Oh no.
My review of Doorman #1, which is maybe more aptly a review of Infinity Comics in general. And when I say Infinity Comics, I mean digital originals written for the Marvel Comics platform. And I think a lot of these are an afterthought. And I think what they're doing is saying, we're putting an obscure character in an event, or we're putting an obscure character in a TV show or movie, and we need something to like capitalize on this juice or like remind people that this is a thing that they can explore more digitally. And so they find a creator who's willing to write it, who is way too busy with other shit, like writing fucking Spider-Man, you know? like these people who are on like massive titles, and they're like, hey, can you knock out a Doorman Infinity comic? And
yeah, I got 15 minutes.
Yeah, and they write these things that are just like, I don't know. It's not that it's bad. It's just that it's like so generic and doesn't have any substance that like when you get to the end of it, you feel like, oh, I'm glad I read that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know that all of the people involved with it are like, fuck using AI as like a creative means.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the Infinity comics to me give AI fidelity of content. Like, it's more for the fact of like fulfilling a job you don't want to do to get something on the application. And at this point, I'd say I would rather one good Infinity comic than 30 like mediocre to bad Infinity comics. Like, let's stop doing millions of these things with like creators we already know that we know and love who are doing great things. But like, let's make one good one that is like a reason to get on and is a fun bonus for having the digital platform. So that's my Doorman #1 take.
So that was less of a review and more of a call to arms.
Yes, I think so. And like, again, I don't like having a negative review on something, and I don't really want to position this as like Doorman #1 was bad. It wasn't bad. It was just fine. Like all of these things are.
Yeah.
and then it just like poofs out of your brain as soon as you're done with it.
Yeah.
Like do a what's it like a character we haven't gotten in a while? Like do a little ongoing with some obscure character that you actually want to invest in and like is kind of exciting to see the next issue come out.
Well, but the problem there is that if it's too good, they'll want to print it, right? Like,
well, here's my thing too. When they started this, they did do a little bit better with the Infinity Comics.
oh yeah,
And they would have like Infinite Wolverine. And what ended up happening with those was like 6 months later, they got printed.
yes,
And so even though they were in that vertical format, it was like you're getting 4 verticals side by side within the pages of a comic book. So you're getting like Declan Shalvey's Krakoa Wolverine tie-in story, like printed as a comic. But if you were a subscriber, you could read it 6 months earlier. I think that's fine.
yeah,
Like make these things like come out 6 months later, or like do them in like a little collected edition in like a teeny tiny hardbound book. Like that would be cool.
That'd
Yeah.
be kind
If
of
the form factor was almost like the size of a phone or something, and you made this like thick like
that would be cool.
comic,
That would be very cool.
I'd be fine with it. But I just think it's like at some point we're wasting some of these awesome creatives' time being like churn these things out in addition to all the other work you're doing that like the publisher really, really cares about.
Yeah,
Like find some cool person who doesn't have a job writing a Marvel comic and give them a job writing an Infinity comic as an in,
yeah,
and let them do something kick-ass and weird with it. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but at least someone is giving their all to it.
yeah.
That's my stand soapbox on Infinity comic originals.
Enough said.
Enough said, folks.
Excelsior.
Excelsior. All right, sorry I took so long.
Well, I read a couple of books. I read Iron Man #1.
Same.
Oh, you read it too?
Yeah.
What was your take on it?
It felt to me like every other Iron Man #1 that I've ever read. And that's not a negative review.
Yeah.
This is it honestly kind of felt like the opening to Iron Man 2 of just like Tony's late for a thing. He shows up at a big gala makes a big entrance. It goes haywire. He has to make retributions, has to contact the Illuminati.
Yep.
So, was it fun? Yes, it was. You got Joshua Williamson on there. You got Carmen Carnero drawing. It's a beautiful book. It's what the executives at Marvel call a sure thing. It's gonna move units.
I wish they had given us a little bit more information about what Madame Mask and AIM are trying to do, because the plot revolves around them kidnapping people that Tony Stark has hand selected for this like Tony Stark Nobel Prize thing.
Yes.
And the beginning of the book would seem to imply that they are trying to find their own Tony Stark that can create a weapon on the level of an Iron Man armor.
Yes.
But they don't want an armor. Like they specifically don't want an armor.
They want the next best thing.
They want the next best thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they think if they have hand-selected candidates that Tony Stark chose, then they have people who are possibly smarter than Tony Stark.
Tony, right.
It's kind of the adage of if you put enough monkeys in a room with typewriters, eventually they're going to write Shakespeare.
Right. Exactly. But the monkeys were selected by Darwin.
Yeah. By Gorilla Grodd.
By Gorilla Grodd. But the beginning of the book had kind of like a Hunger Games thing almost, where like they had a guy in an Iron Man suit breaking out of a cave, but then he gets mowed down by AIM guys because his armor's not quite as good as Tony Stark's.
Yeah.
So like I wanted more of that. Like I want to know more of what's going on, and I guess that's what sells me issue 2.
And I think we yeah. Which is why we should have done second issue club.
Right.
I think what's going to be fun about this series is hopefully it means we're going to follow different smart people as they get abducted and like figuring out what their expertise is or like what they specialize in as far as like physics or laser beams or whatever tech that they were chosen for to receive this award. I did have one knock about this book. Tony Stark, when he's doing the Stark Awards, says this is the first annual Tony Stark Awards. That's incorrect. It's inaugural. You cannot have a first annual anything.
It's true. It's true.
So effective
Joshua
immediately,
Williamson.
I am asking for Joshua Williamson's tenure to be revoked from Marvel. I'm asking whoever is the editor-in-chief of this particular series to be let go, resign in disgrace. You should have double-checked that. It took me 2 seconds to read it to find out that was wrong.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think I'm asking for too much.
You know what? Me either. I was also intrigued by the stinger at the end where the Illuminati is seemingly plotting to take down Tony Stark.
Yeah, because
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, because what's her face? Madame Mask, alludes to that she's looking for a new nightmare, right? Tony calls Cap in a fit of disillusion. He says, Tony, I fucked up. Or he says, Cap, I fucked up. I made something when I was at my lowest point to make sure that I, didn't die or whatever. Like he basically tried to make he made something that would make sure that he would not perish or whatever and hid it away from the world.
Yeah.
I think seemingly dubbing it a new nightmare. Well, apparently Madame Mask has figured out what it is and is trying to recreate it. And Cap goes, oh, okay. But secretly, we all know that Cap already knows, and he has gathered the Illuminati already.
Yeah. So is this a recommend from you, Greg?
Is this a recommend? Here's the thing. This was not a bad. Here's the thing. It's not a bad book.
Yeah.
Right. It's well written, well drawn. It's kind of like the same thing with like the TV station CBS. How many NCISs do you need? This is just going to be another, feather on the duck. It's just like you're not going to have any hot.
A lot of people love NCIS.
I know, because there's 8 of them. It's just like, if you're fine with just your regular standard fair Marvel Iron Man stuff, you will love this series.
Yeah.
If there's no genre breaking, there's no out of the box, like weird, big, huge ideas. This is for your day one, everyday Wednesday warriors who just like Iron Man and Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
And for me, in our home, we want something a little different.
Well, if you want something a little different, I also read Malevolent #1.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to find that book.
Buddy, let me tell you. So, this is one of those books when I sit down to...
What's it out on? What publisher?
Image.
Okay.
So Justin Jordan's the writer, big fan. John Bivens did the art, big fan. this is a book that when I sit down to like tell you what it's about, there's like,
wow, I'm looking at the previews right now.
It sounds really, really complicated, but it's explained in a very like digestible and understandable way in the comic. So like, don't let the nonsense I'm about to spew turn you off to this book. But the book exists in a world wherein the Large Hadron Collider created a breach, and demons can now get through that breach into our world.
Mm-hmm.
But the demons that come to our world are they're almost like they inhabit sufficiently data dense material, so they can inhabit a human because DNA is data dense. They can inhabit a smartphone because a smartphone is data dense. They can't inhabit a rock because a rock is not inherently data dense. That's my understanding of the basics of this world.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, magic and science are sort of one in the same in this world because of the way those demons work. So like, you can cast a protection spell, but the protection spell is really just like a math equation that is expressed by like a rune or like a marking in such a way that protects you from the demon, or like
Right. Mm-hmm.
traps the demon in like a Ghostbusters cube or whatever, right? Okay. So that's like the groundwork for the story. And in issue 1, we are with a police team who are investigating a demonic possession as part of their routine job, and it sort of goes off the rails because the demon is way stronger than they think. So the squad, the headquarters that they work for, decides to send in their new super weapon, who ends up being a half human, half demon hybrid, and that's the pink girl on the cover.
Okay.
So she is fighting demons on behalf of humans, even though she's like Hellboy, right? She's like half human, half demon. I know that it's not Hellboy's thing, but that's kind of the vibe, right? It struck me as like, this is like if Ghostbusters had a crossover with like Megan. That was like the vibe that I got from this.
I love
and
that comp.
Yeah, it was super entertaining. The only knock I have on it is that it's like, again, very information dense for a 32-page comic. If this had been like a 48 or a 60 pager, and we could have like gotten into the nitty-gritty details with some of this stuff a little bit more, I don't know that it would have been better, but it would have satisfied my curiosity more. But that's also not really a knock, because again, I really want to pick up issue 2. Like, I want to explore this world more and see how this stuff works and figure out, who this demon human hybrid is and how she's going to interact with this squad of cops that we have introduced to in issue 1. So, like all of Justin Jordan's works, it's a world that you want to explore more. And I'm super excited to see where this goes, because it was super entertaining.
I'm intrigued.
As well.
Color me intrigued also. That is something that's like, sometimes when we describe a book and it takes like over 5 minutes to like get the pitch out of like what the book is, I'm like, that should have been a double-sized issue, probably.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like if you could have like even like you said, Vargas, do you add another issue to like so there's enough to round out the story, or do you spread out the density so that like you're easing us more into these like massive ideas that are like very complex. It's always a surprise to me that like so many of these comics get like moved forward or picked up because that like there's a really good elevator pitch. And but some sci-fi stuff I'm like, how did they elevator pitch this? Like there's so many components necessary to like get the idea of the thing across.
Well, the elevator pitch for this book is a half demon, half human girl teams up with a team of cops to fight demons. Like, again, it's like, okay, it's Hellboy, but with a girl, and it's almost a police procedural.
Yeah. Or like Blade, right? Blade,
Yeah,
half
Blade.
Vampire, half human that hunts.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if Blade teamed up with cops.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Not in my America.
Yeah.
But it was a super fun book, and I'm excited about this one. I think it'll be cool.
Okay. I'm in.
Yeah.
This is another one where like I've heard pretty good things about it, and that sounds like my cup of comic book nonsense that I like.
Yeah. I will say though, this might end up being one that reads better in trade.
Mm-hmm.
Just if they keep up the like, because the first like 4 pages of this are kind of like lore dump
Yeah, right.
where it like explains the whole like math, supernatural like crossover stuff. So if they keep like adding to that concept, it's gonna get pretty dense, like issue to issue. But if you read that in trade and it sort of develops all at once, it's a little bit of a smoother ride.
Yeah.
You don't have to like wait a month to remember that like the new configuration of their runes is, whatever.
You know what? This reminds me
like anthropology to understand this book.
This reminds me of though, like a few weeks ago, Vargas and I were talking about Project Hail Mary, which is getting turned into a movie soon, which I'm excited about because I liked the book a lot.
Yeah.
But that's a book that has like a bunch of math and science stuff in it, right? And it's one of those things that's like, it's so skillfully written as like, oh, I get that this is a bunch of science stuff, but it never feels like, oh, I need a math degree or I need like a degree in chemistry to like understand this. Like it's just notated in a way that you're like, oh, this is like smart people figuring out smart things and then we move on.
Yeah.
Like I love the way that book's written. That's like such a good way to write sci-fi and like not get too hung up on the details.
Yeah. Andy Weir is very, very good at that.
Yeah, a lot of like sci-fi type books is a reason is a bestseller.
Yeah. Well, and this does feel a lot like that. Like there's a character that's sort of doing this, like explaining to us the audience, and he's like a mathematician, so he's like, I hate calling them spells, but I don't have a better word for it. That kind of like gruff whatever. He's explaining these high, mathematical ideas, but dumbing it down for us, the audience, in a way that makes sense in the world that it exists in.
Yeah.
So
right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's good stuff.
Did we do it? Did we do a show?
We always do the show.
We did the damn thing. Look at us. 1. Did you guys see it too? We should have ended the show right at 1 hour,
damn it.
11 minutes and 11 seconds.
Did you?
We had the chance. I'll edit it down by however many seconds we go over. So it
Perfect.
Perfect.
You know what I do sometimes? There's a little inside behind the scenes for our
podcasting.
listeners. Inside podcasting. Sometimes I do edit the first 10 minutes of the podcast. Because once we get rolling, then we're good to go.
Mhm.
Especially when we do these remote ones. It's like, oh, are you going to go?
No, please.
Before we get in rhythm, we have a little bit of that. So sometimes I edit the first 10 minutes when we do remote and then just let it roll from there.
Oh, man. Now we can't say that we don't edit anymore.
Yep.
The truth's out there.
I'm cheating. I'm editing 5 minutes before I say screw it.
Well, I know what I'm doing this weekend. I'm definitely watching Wonder Man based on Mr. Vargas's review.
You should.
And I might have to go find some of those comic books that you talked about as well.
You should.
Right.
Also,
I'll be standing by for one of your Disney Plus passwords.
Oh yeah.
Oh, who gets to share their password with Mike D? Find out next week when we reveal who.
None of us do. That's against the terms of service. That was all a joke. We were joking about sharing passwords.
For legal reasons, we are completely joking. My name's Steve Stevenson, and I don't own a Disney account. Goodbye.
Bye. First Issue Club podcast is brought to you by Boulevard Brewing Company, the people responsible for our favorite drinks, the Space Camper Cosmic IPA family of beers. Our show is edited and produced by our hosts Mike DeStacy, Greg Lichtig, and Andy Vargas. You can find us on social media at First Issue Club, and you can join the supporters who keep our humble podcast going on our Patreon at patreon.com/firstissueclub.